Let's talk about Sri Lanka. It's this incredible island nation that somehow packs a whole world of history, spirituality, and wild adventure into a space that's smaller than Ireland. It's wild. And today, we're going to try and figure out just how it does it. And really, that's the big question, isn't it? How can one tiny island hold so many worlds? It's just a place of amazing contrasts. So, you know what? Let's start peeling back those layers together. First up, you've got a world of ancient kings. I mean, way before any colonial ships ever showed up, powerful Sinhalese kingdoms were running the show here. They built these massive, monumental cities and palaces, and the ruins they left behind, they still feel like they're whispering stories of this incredible, glorious past. Then there's this whole other side, a world of sacred wonders. Seriously, this is an island with such deep spirituality, you can just feel it when you're there. From its most revered Buddhist relics to these one-of-a-kind cave temples and even stunning mosques. And of course, you can't forget the wild side. We're talking a world of untamed nature. Think thrilling safaris, trying to catch a glimpse of those elusive leopards, or these totally heartwarming moments at elephant sanctuaries. It's pretty much a non-stop adventure. Okay, so let's dive into that first world we mentioned, the echoes of ancient kingdoms. We're heading right into the magnificent capitals of Sri Lanka's past, places where the island's epic history was, well, literally written in stone. And our first stop has to be Sigiriya Rock. Now, this is not just any rock. It's a full-on 5th century fortress, a palace, and a royal city, all built by a king named Kashyapa, right on top of this absolutely colossal monolith. No wonder they call it the castle in the sky. Getting to the top is an adventure all on its own. As you climb, you pass these unbelievably preserved frescoes. They're painted right onto the sheer rock face. Then you get to the Lion's Gate, which back in the day was this huge sculpture. All that's left now are these 2 giant paws marking the entrance. And your reward for making that climb? Oh, just a completely breathtaking 360-degree view over the ancient gardens and the jungle sprawling out below. Totally worth it. But Sigiriya isn't the only ancient capital. Sri Lanka has 2 other great ones, and they're really interesting to compare. You've got Polonnaruwa. It's a really compact, well-preserved royal city. Super easy to get around and explore the palaces and temples. Then, on the other hand, you have Anuradhapura. This place is vast. It's a sprawling, sacred city, and what really defines it are these massive stupas, they call them dagobas, that just dominate the landscape. These ancient cities weren't just about politics. They were really the heart and soul of the island. And that brings us perfectly to our next world, a journey of deep faith. Sri Lanka's history is just completely tied up with its spiritual heritage, and it is so incredibly diverse and vibrant. So in the beautiful city of Kandy, you'll find what is pretty much the heart of Sri Lankan Buddhism, the Temple of the Tooth. This sacred place houses a relic that's believed to be a tooth of the Buddha himself. And get this, historically, whoever had the relic had the right to rule the island. So it was this hugely powerful political and spiritual symbol. The sacredness of this relic is just immense. In fact, access to the inner chamber where it's kept, that's only granted to worshippers 3 times a day. And it happens during these deeply spiritual ceremonies. You can just imagine them, filled with the sounds of drumming and chanting. Okay, another UNESCO gem for you, the Dambulla Cave Temple. This is the largest and best preserved cave temple complex in the entire country. Just try to picture this. You step into 5 different caves, and the walls, the ceilings, they're all covered in these intricate murals. And the spaces are filled with over 150 statues of the Buddha. The scale of it, the artistry, it's just mind-blowing. But Sri Lanka's faith isn't just about Buddhism. Right in the heart of Colombo, you'll find the Jami ul Alfar Mosque. It was built back in 1908, and it's famous for its absolutely stunning candy-striped exterior of red and white brick. It's a total visual masterpiece and a really vibrant center of the Islamic faith on the island. All right, so from the quiet, reverent atmosphere of these sacred sites, we're going to do a complete 180 and turn to the untamed heart of the island. This is the call of the wild. Seriously, Sri Lanka's national parks offer some of the most accessible and rewarding wildlife viewing in all of Asia. And let's start with the big one, Yala National Park. It's famous for one major reason. It has one of the highest densities of leopards in the world. That makes it pretty much the best place on the entire planet to spot this elusive, beautiful big cat. A jeep safari here? It's an absolute must-do. But of course, it's not just about the leopards. On a single safari in Yala, you could easily run into herds of elephants, see water buffalo just lounging in the mud, spot some sunbathing crocodiles, and of course, those vibrant peacocks. And hey, for all you bird watchers out there, with hundreds of species, it's basically paradise. Now, for a slightly different kind of animal encounter, you have the Pinnawala Elephant Orphanage. Its whole mission is centered on conservation and welfare. It provides a near-natural home for rescued elephants, and I'll tell you, it is a truly touching experience to see these gentle giants up close. So we've seen that Sri Lanka's story is in its jungles and its ancient cities, but it's also written all along its stunning coastline. The waves of the Indian Ocean brought waves of a different kind over the centuries. Traders, explorers, and colonizers, and they all left their mark. And this is all perfectly captured in one place, Galle Fort. This isn't a ruin, it's a living, breathing city, completely surrounded by these massive stone ramparts. When you walk its cobblestone streets, it honestly feels like you've stepped back in time. You've got Dutch colonial buildings, little charming cafes, and you can always hear the sound of the ocean just beyond the walls. The atmosphere is just completely unique and exotic. Galle's history is just so layered. It started with the Portuguese way back in the 16th century, but it was actually the Dutch who came in and built the massive fort that we see today. Then the British took over and added their own architectural touches. You can really feel each of those different European chapters as you walk through the city's streets. So what a trip, right? We've journeyed through ancient kingdoms, we've seen sacred sites, we've explored wild jungles and historic coasts. But a real, complete Sri Lankan adventure, well, it engages way more than just your eyes. A trip here is a journey for all the senses. I mean, you absolutely have to taste an authentic rice and curry meal. The variety of flavors is just incredible. And you've got to sip the world-famous Ceylon tea, right where it's grown. And for total relaxation, you can try traditional Ayurveda wellness treatment. It's the whole package. And all of this brings us right back to where we started. Sri Lanka isn't just one destination. It's a whole collection of different worlds packed onto one island. So the final question really is for you. From ancient sky castles to leopard kingdoms, with this whole world of wonders waiting, where would your journey begin?